Hi guys, and welcome back to another Tayar podcasts. This is Neil. I'm going to be discussing a gig I went to at King Tuts in Glasgow on Friday the 15th of August, where Fog Bandits were the headline act. But firstly, I'd like to say thank you to everyone that's listened to us. You can like and subscribe if it's your first time here for more independent music reviews. So, King Tuts, Friday 15th of August. 3 support bands: Modern Ruin, Diva Down and Awful Eyes. We'll run through them one at a time and then we'll get on to Fog Bandits, which were the headline act. So, Modern Ruin, a Glasgow-based 5-piece band, rock band, maybe even goth rock band. They had their first gig on the 10th of April in Glasgow, so they are pretty new. They looked a little bit ragtag, still a little bit of a deer in the headlights look, but they came on, they started playing, and I thought, this is a bit of a Susie and the Banshees meets the Cure sound. They took their time, they played a few songs, they started to get into it more, they really warmed up, and I thought, wonder if they're going to cover Happy House or Spellbound. But they did one better, they covered Cities and Dust. Now, Cities and Dust is a classic Susie and the Banshees. They were outstanding. Once they've got a few more gigs under their belt, they're going to grow. They're going to grow and, they're going to be successful, in my opinion. Yeah, so a bit of Susie Banshees meets the Cure. Looking at them when they came on stage, there was no theme within them. They had no personality. So the lead singer had personality. The bassist helped a lot, but few of them didn't contribute to the aesthetic of the band, I felt. But all round, Modern Ruin, very nice Susie and the Banshees meets the Cure sound, and want to go and see them again. Second up was Diva Down. Diva Down, another 5-piece band. They formed at university this year again. They did a Battle of the Bands in Dundee, and now they are extending out to play shows. King Tuts show that they had, the 5-piece, they all came on, they were all wearing black, they looked like a band. Alternative rock band, you could tell they were rock. The music that they played, very accomplished, everybody knew their part, they sounded really good. They did try to throw in a tribute to the late great Ozzy Osbourne by doing a little bit of Paranoid, and kind of fell flat, but it showed they were tight because they went straight into their next song, even though Paranoid did not come off. They covered Portishead's Glory Box. Now, absolutely brilliant. Again, they're a new band. With experience, they will get better. They are playing lots of gigs at the moment. They had a great support in the crowd. People were chanting Diva Down at the end of the set. So whether that was new friends or old friends, they've definitely got support. So look up their social media. They're constantly on social media. And again, Modern Ruin, look up their social media. Third band was a band called Awful Eyes. They set up, everybody was wearing a bit of tartan dress, kilt, looked like a band, came on, definitely showed they had more experience, they had more attitude, they're definitely going through something. They mentioned something about losing, I don't know if it's a lead singer or one band member, but there was definitely a big middle finger stuck up to him. The attitude that they brought on stage was definitely some old school punk. They came on, they hit you hard, and you stood up and listened to what they had to say. They were experienced, you could tell they'd had definitely been through a few gigs, but the middle finger up at the previous band member gave them so much attitude on that Friday night. I don't think it was the best set from looking at them and everything else, because they were angry, but they were good. They came to their last song of the night and said, look, this is a new one, this is going to be our sound moving forward, but you guys kick ass and you were very, very good, and I hope you continue the attitude, like old school B-52's attitude. Yeah, really, really good. The final band of the night was a band called Fog Bandits, another Glasgow band. They've been going a few years now. 4-piece, very, very professional outfit. Lights went down, intro music came on. None of the other bands had intro music. They came on the stage, they took their positions, and they were the most professional, experienced. That's why they were the headline. They were absolutely the headline. They came on and they played their set. Now, every single song was clean, it was accomplished. They set out their parameters. The lead singer took the crowd in the palm of his hand and manipulated them. The vocals were held up by backing vocals from the bassist, and they were a tight unit, which you only get from gigging. You could tell that it was a hometown gig, that everybody was there. It was a sellout. Now, I had my ticket, a couple of weeks in advance, but yeah, they sold out the King Tuts on a Friday night, and they were bloody awesome. Everybody was there, knew who they were, apart from me, but that's the Tayar podcast thing. We see bands that we haven't seen or done any research on. If you like your rock hard, go and see Fog Bandits. They will hit you in the face. And there was a most of the actual dance floor turned into a mosh pit at one point. And I saw the lead singer of Modern Ruin in the middle of the mosh pit. She was doing really well. So, Fog Bandits, you guys are awesome. You guys, in my opinion, going to go the long way. Keep going, keep hitting hard. You guys really, really are the real thing. You're really good. You are really good. Thank you for listening to this. We've got a few more gigs coming up. Gavin's going to another gig very soon and he will be reporting back on that. Just thank you for everybody that's listened. You guys keep music live. Go out, go see live music. And thank you for listening to this.